on red wine during the week. No more messing about with too much beer because I'm trying to get rid of a bit of this. This video is a bit of a mix. It's an update on where I'm at with the workshop shed thing, and I'm going to try a different video editor. Let's see if I can make things a little bit better. So I need to show you where I'm at and then start faffing about with the editor and see if it's any good. You'll probably see silly messages on it because it's going to be a trial version, because I'll have to spend money to buy it. Anyway, where am I at? The main thing, hang on, is this. So it's another one of these old people trolleys. I mean, they're designed for sticking the dinner trays on there, but they don't work too well. So it's height adjustable. As you can see, I've got this one on maximum. The one I've got over there, it's not particularly jacked up, but again it's height adjustable with that collar, and it's just a pin, plastic clip with a metal pin, and you just lift them up and down. But this one is going to be my welding one and a bit more, hence sticking the welder on it temporarily like that. I've not modified it, but what I'm thinking, because I've jacked it up so that I want to put a shelf underneath, it would be nice if the welder could go there, but I don't want to cut all this off and do it again. But the pinholes, these things, I don't know if I can get it off. I can't one-handed, but they just pull out, and it's a plastic clip with a piece of metal that goes through and engages with them. And what I'm thinking is, right, if I put a bolt through from side to side and weld a bracket across, I can get a lower shelf and the casters can still swivel. Because this thing, it moves about pretty easy, and it's very, very robust. It can take the weight, no problem. So I've got a couple of shelving brackets or something that I'm not using in my scrap metal pile, and it's almost, if you imagine it that side, all I need to do is drill a hole to match that and trim the edge off, and I've got a flat face that I can weld a piece to square these up, because on full extension like this they're probably a little bit weak. So the idea is just run a bolt through, put that in like that, same on the back, weld a bar across so that it can be removed and moved up and down as I want. I thought, simple. I thought, okay. Oh, and I've done a bit of sweeping. Remember all the wood chips and dust? I've just swept it up a bit, but it's still an absolute nightmare in here. I could do with a shed twice the size, but there you go. So I thought, right, I need to drill them. I'll use my pillar drill. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I can stick the pillar drill on this saw table. So pull the saw back, use the peg, you can just see it under there, yellow peg, to hold the safety bar in. And I was going to just use these, my welding clamps, to hold it. And the same thing with this, because I'm sick of putting my version of quick release stuff on. They hold it firm enough. And I thought, where's the best place for it? Well, the best place for it is to mount it above where the saw is. And lo and behold, can you see 1, 2, 3 holes that are the perfect match for those 1, 2, 3 holes. I think my dad had the same idea. How weird is that? Or that you can see my peg now. It just holds this thing from getting in the way, that's all. There's the cable for this. And the other thing I figured, which was quite neat, the this does have bolts, and I was going to bolt it to the table, but lo and behold, it sits on the flats. It's got flats on the base of the feet, and it sits in the vise, so you just shove it in the vise there, and it's all locky and horrible, so you just stabilise it, lock the vise up, solid. I could do with maybe bolting that leg down over there if I was going to do a lot of stuff, or if I was going to turn the table sideways and use the saw. Then this saw can angle. It's a bit knackered, but hey. So that's where I'm at with that. So these things, check out your local charity shop. People buy them for their relatives. I'm in the same boat. My old man, he's 90 years old in 2 months time, 3 months time, and he's not walking quite so good, and I keep thinking I'll give him one of these, but then he'd hate the idea, so maybe he's not ready yet. And I can always buy another one because you see them all over the place, but they make fantastic trolleys to mount everything in. My thought was to get a box with a lid that slides in there, maybe put a drawer in it, weld a couple of B&Q drawer sliders in here, so I've got a big drawer with a lid, and put all the welding kit with it, the clamps and spare reels, all that sort of stuff. That actually sits quite nice. It can't fall off, and it's blooming heavy, so but it's great. You can just move it around wherever you want. So that's where I'm at. So not anything particular good, but that's because I want to have some video to edit. Oh, here's something new that you've not seen before. This is off an Enfield Bullet, and it's actually pretty good. There's no dust on it, which I found amazing. I think I paid £5 for it, and my thought was that would be fantastic as the swing arm mounted mudguard for the back end of the bike. The only thing is, it's the long width, and it's also long this way, the circumference. Well, I thought, well, it's a starting point. There's nothing to stop me whizzing a hole down the middle, slicing it down the middle, and insetting a piece of steel. And then there's also nothing to stop me putting a load of, because of the shape of it, nothing to stop me putting like cuts and welding some V's in the cuts and just opening it up, just to learn to weld, because as you've seen, my welding's getting better, but it's not brilliant, and I've never done anything on thin like this. I mean, that's only a 1/16 of an inch. It's pretty thin, made in India. So I'm gonna have a go at that for the rear mudguard. If it don't work, I'll get something else. I'll get something that actually fits, but maybe I can make it work. So that's it. I've still not got the chainsaw going. I think that'll be a fun video. I've got myself some chainsaw oil and some 2-stroke oil, and I bought myself some what did I get? Oh, these things, so I can fill the thing up, a set of them. And what else did I get? There was something else. Oh, there's a load of petrol, normal petrol, in the tank that is now for sale for the old GS 500, as is the fairing and all that crap, but I don't think anybody's going to be that interested. We'll see. Anyway, that's enough. I hope I can make this into a proper video, and I hope that the new video editor is better. We'll see. Anyway, cheers now. Ride safe. About there. Cheers. This is the same video, and it's Friday night. What is it? 19th? 20th. I was going to do a load of editing, as discussed in bits that come before this bit, and I didn't like the editor, and I got another virus on my PC that I use for power editing. I use a laptop in the kitchen, and then I have a bigger PC upstairs in a sort of office thing. And I thought, I'm fed up with this. I love Microsoft and I know how to use it, but I've been using an iPad for ages. I even started this thing off an iPad, and I thought, time to bite the bullet. So this is going to be edited on an iMac. I might even show you my new toy. And we went out and we blew a load of money that we didn't have. Fed it forever. And we'll see how that goes. I've had a look at it, and it seems to do what I want it to do. So the first few will probably be totally ostentatious and rubbish before they come up with the format, but hey. Something else to show you, because mainly I'm creating video to try the editor, but so I've got to make it interesting. So today I drove past a house clearance place, and it had a big sign outside saying today only, stock clearance, and it looks like he's turning it into an antique shop rather than house clearances, and the alley at the side was just full of garbage. I thought, oh, I'll have a look. And outside he had something that's down here for 15 quid, and I said, oh, I'll give you a tenner. He said, yeah. I'm dead chuffed. So, show you. There you go. Bit of bog standard office furniture. However, it's all steel. Great for tools. The only bit that's not steel is this top, which is a chipboard top, but that's fine. In the long term I'll change that. It's got proper caster mounts, but it's got cheesy office casters. I'm going to get some big meaty ones, more like these things, but with brakes on. I'm going to invest in some proper ones, because my long-term plan for this workshop, because I've got everything crammed up there, I want to get rid of all that, and I want everything on wheels so I can move stuff around depending on what job I'm doing, because it just, I could make the workshop bigger, but my better half isn't keen on that idea. I could actually go that way by removing this wall and making it into a decent workspace, but until she bends on that idea, then stuff like this will be so much easier and make proper homes for everything. So yeah, my thought was, I've got this. Actually came off the back of a motorhome. It was mounted to the ladder for the TV aerial, and it's a proper chimney mount with some extra brackets added that went down posts. But what I did discover, this thing is fairly deep, and the drawers aren't that deep. In fact, if you take one out, there's a nice big gap at the back. I mean, the shelf bracketry comes out the thickness of my finger beyond here. There's that. So what I'm thinking of doing, as the back is steel down there as well, so that's one big sheet of steel and then corner pieces for the feet, really strong. I'm going to cut a hole in this, drop that in, and then use upside down this thing. I told you it was a small space. So the rusted end down there will go down and be bolted to the frame. The top sticks out through a hole. I can put a bracket in. These can be adapted to hold some shelving, but I can make it so they spin if I want to, or just have it coming forward, but it's always easily adjustable because of the way these work. It's even got one of these push button spring loaded jobbies. I'll find a mating surface and find some use for that, no doubt. So the idea is that this thing will be on bigger wheels, easily movable, can take heavy duty stuff. Need to find a key that will work, but strangely enough, in there's a telephone number and a lock number. I think I might phone that number up and see if I can get a key. If I can get a key off him for the £5, that's alright, isn't it? If not, I'll just jam a screwdriver through the lock and do it. It's only because when you're moving it around, the drawers tend to come out. but it has got the lock, so I'm dead chuffed with that. So I'd stopped work on this mainly because it was too cold in here, and I'd started doing the video editing. Anyway, video editing, I'll come back in here in a minute. There we go. Oh, new toy, very nice. Anyway, that's enough of that. Hiya. Very quick update. I couldn't help it, I got carried away, so here we go. Played off the workbench, put the bracket on, and realised I don't need to weld a piece in because a piece of board works fine. A couple of wedges under there to space it. Then this fits perfect in there. A couple of spaces that can have all my clamps in it. This, the back piece here, if I cut it off and weld it back in there and replace this board, I've got a full shelf for other stuff, anything to do with welding, gripping, clamping, anything like that. The welder can sit on the top. I can put something up here for this to sit in, going the other way to keep the cable nice and neat. I'm quite pleased with that. That's going to work well, and just having that in the bottom makes it even more stable, and the wheels are certainly strong enough. And then that, just temporarily I stuffed this on it out the way, and then I thought, hang on, that's quite handy. If I put bigger wheels on there that have got clamps, that'll add just over an inch, maybe nearly 2 inches, and it brings this surface up to this surface height. And then I've got my saw, I've got my drill, I can put all my drills in the top drawer, anything to do with drilling, sawing, grinding can go in there. Yeah, that's going to be good, because all this lot can be shoved out the way for whatever job I'm doing and just be brought out when I need it. Saving space. It's all about saving space in a small shed. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. You can probably see my knuckle there. I'm going to go in and eat my Indian, finish off my bottle of wine, and have another play with the editor. Night night, night safe.